AdAlta recently received approval from the Ethics Committee to commence our first ever trial of AD-214. We are now a clinical stage biotech company. Becoming a clinical stage company is a major coming of age moment for any biotech company, and something we have been working towards for a long time and our shareholders have been looking forward to for an equally long time. The approval by the Ethics Committee is the first time that our complete preclinical safety and efficacy data package has been reviewed by an independent third party, and it validates the quality of the work we've done to date on AD-214. It proves that we can develop a drug all the way from discovery through to clinical stage, and this study will help validate our entire platform. Ethics approval is the final step in formal regulatory approval of our study program. We now notify the Therapeutic Goods Administration, Australia's TGA, of ethics approval and commence site initiation activities. This study will test AD-214 in healthy volunteers and then in idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis patients. We expect the first volunteer to receive AD-214 in mid to late July. The aim of our phase 1 program is to determine the safety and tolerability of AD-214 and also to study its distribution and clearance from the body. We'll start the study in healthy volunteers, and that will take through the remainder of 2020. We'll then move on to patients in AD-214's initial indications of interstitial lung disease and idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. And it's important to make this step because we expect the distribution, clearance, and half-life of AD-214 to be somewhat different in patients relative to healthy volunteers. And this stage will add significant value from a partnering and a clinical development point of view to our phase 1 program. It's important to note, though, that the phase 1 program is not designed to test the efficacy of AD-214 against interstitial lung disease. AD-214 has been developed for fibrotic diseases. These are essentially scarring of internal organs. The lead indication is a respiratory fibrosis called idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. This debilitating condition is a high unmet need therapy area. Patients diagnosed with IPF have on average 4 years survival from diagnosis. There are only 2 existing drugs on the market and they're worth $3 billion in sales a year. And yet they only slow the progression of fibrosis and they have some fairly debilitating side effects. As a result, there is enormous interest in improved therapies for IPF and for fibrotic diseases in general. Indeed, at a panel reflecting on the discussions at the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference earlier this year, fibrosis was one of the top 3 indications the panel identified as being important for the industry as a whole. There's a very active partnering landscape with many pharmaceutical companies, including the owners of the 2 marketed products, actively looking for new and improved antifibrotic therapies. And there have been a number of very substantial deals conducted very early, phase 1 and even earlier, in recent years. And finally, of course, in the current environment, COVID-19 is now known to cause fibrosis. It's a side effect of the infection. And so this really is spurring us on even more to produce a better outcome for patients with this debilitating condition.